So how do you break through someone's high guard? One way is to go for the body, but he can just tuck his elbows. Here's why Muay Thai does not work in a street fight. Look, he can't pivot his kicks if he's wearing shoes on concrete. And his guard is so high that he can't sprawl for takedowns. So now watch what happens. This is how you make your shins indestructible. You can start by just kicking Thai pads. When you feel like that's easy, you can try to start checking the side of the Thai pad. And when you feel like your shins are ready, you can... This is how you destroy someone in a fight with just your laptop. You're gonna block, dive down. Here are the top 3 deadliest styles of boxing. Soviet style, Mexican style, American style. Here is a combo that will protect you from women. You're gonna go scale Madonna, pay 1,000 at extras, scale curtain raiser, special summon it, normal extras, link curtain into hyper director, hyper effect, target Madonna, summon Madonna, set wild hope in the scale, link extras and hyper director for super producer, super effect, target Madonna, destroy it, set another Madonna in scale. Wild hope effect, target Madonna, scale becomes 9, you're gonna pendulum summon. If there are multiple attackers, I'm gonna blow my whistle. They look around expecting backup, which gives me enough time. If an attacker rushes in, you're gonna drop your Lego base plates. This creates a moat, which he can't cross. In medieval time, if someone tries to rob you, you're gonna drop your Soviet kopecks. He goes down to preserve the honor of the motherland, which buys you time to post YouTube shorts 3 to 17 times per week until you're ready to counter with the... Do not jab with your fist. Use your cattle prod. This gives you just enough space to safe. If he pulls out a crossbow, immediately put on your invisibility cloak. He'll panic and Google the DSM-5 to self-diagnose psychosis. You're gonna grab his ankles, and when you're ready, you're gonna pull. Here's the best defense against women at 7 a.m. You're gonna go 20 grams Columbia anaerobic, 1 to 16, 100 ppm water at 94C. 60 gram bloom with the wet brine quan WDT. At 45, start your second pour. 6 grams a second, concentric circles up to 60% total brew weight. Partition the rest of the input water into 3 controlled pulses, decreasing the kettle height to reduce bed agitation. On the final drawdown, we swirl, single tap the fine settle. This combo will stop women from touching you, okay? So you're gonna start with the 1073, then clip gain, Melodyne, auto tune, then CL1B, routing Q3 to high pass at 80, dynamic cuts at 160, 245, 550, and 830. At a de-esser, a 76 compressor for fast attack, warm tape sat in the mids, optical compressor, I'm using CLA 2A, and Puig Tech shelf boost at 10K. We'll de-ess again, and we'll route this to buzz. Fight tips 19,419. By now, you've learned your punches. 1, 2, 3. You've learned your knees. Bah, bah. And now, I taught you this last week. You already know it, so I hope you... These are the worst weapons for self-defense. This is too light. It has no range, and it's not stabby. Embarrassing. This is actually way worse. It has to go in their mouth. No. What you really need is something more. Could Michael Jackson dominate the UFC today? He's a black belt from Neverland, but we've only seen him grapple opponents way below his weight class. I think Merab gives him trouble, chain wrestling on the fence, but MJ circles out smooth. He glides laterally and moves backward without planting his heels. I worry about him keeping his guard that low, hands at crotch level, but it's because of the head movement. He slips jabs and rolls at the neck, no shoulder tells. And he's kept pace for 2-hour live sets. DC, I don't see him fading in the championship. Here is a takedown with a 100% success rate guaranteed. So you're gonna pump fake the jab, level change, fake the double leg, transition. I refuse to buy a mallet just for tonkatsu. And I also refuse to be caught beating the meat with my bare hands. So I found out you can actually do you have a bunch of shit all over your microwave? Well, you should try the Kablamo Kitchen Cleaner. Just set it, toss it in, close the door, and depending on how long you set it, you will not drop anyone with just one strike. Pro fighters can't. So you, in a street fight, You fire shots until they stop moving. Do boxing gloves really protect you? Let's find out. Test number 1. Impact distributed cleanly, wrist aligned, knuckles don't cut through the padding. Test number 2. Good absorption on lateral strikes, good rotational integrity. Test number 3. If he catches me in a pinch headlock, I'm gonna step to the outside. I'm gonna reach over and break his posture. I'm gonna finish the escape. So he kicks me and I step back. Now from here, I can't kick him, but I can. This is the most dangerous strike in mixed martial arts, the hammer strike. You're gonna come in with a jab. You're gonna post and step out. Then you pull down the guard and come over. If someone is kneeing the shit out of you, you get inside frames, fight the hands, control the rhythm, spin them off balance, and finish. This is how you obliterate a downed opponent. You're going to pass the legs. You're going to get knee on belly. You're going to post your other arm, and you're going to go straight. Jiu-jitsu does not work on the streets. If he attacks, I butt scoot in. I do this thing. If I go for a finish, I will be legally classified as a tier 3 diddler. I'm now forced to risk my own safety this is how you fight a gang of dudes. High kick left, nut shot right, nut shot left, back fist, jumping kick left, punch and side kick, and scissor kick. Follow from. I just set the world record on the power cube. At first I tried an elbow. It's not bad, but I needed more rotation. So next I tried a kick. It's a little better, but I still needed more. I realized I needed more. If a random guy attacks you and it's life or death, you strike him where he's sensitive. His dad, his crypto phase, the girl who called him bro, his podcast with 4 listeners, his body fat percentage, his bar idea called poor decisions, his coaches, stop doing this, okay? Make your fighter actually move their head. Same goes for if tall dudes are beating you up, you're gonna tap, major look, jump on the bench, and now you have the high. If you're at the club and someone tries to fight you, you're gonna reach into your boxer briefs. He thinks it's the Glock and backs up. You're gonna rip out your cup and flip. You have to shadow box realistically, okay? You go, oosh, 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 boom, you get dropped. Get up, stuff the single leg, or they run the pipe, circle, 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 oh, they pass the guard, cover up for the ground and pound, and oh, they get the Americana, tap, 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 tap. Follow for more. Dating in New York is not bad, but the girls are always strapped. So my rule is, first date, flash the nade. This should do it. But Brooklyn girls never know when to. This is why Kung Fu dominates in a street fight. You start with the heavenly palm of empty. It's because I wasn't grounded. You set up with the 7 crane cheese. Oh, if you're getting clapped by a taller fighter, stay out here. Throw a random combo. It doesn't need to land. Just create. If you're ever held hostage, step 1, untie your hands. Now, hey, is that Zendaya? If you set this up correctly, it should take. That was it. Here's a combo that will finish any fight right away, guaranteed, okay? So you're gonna start with the jab. You're gonna slip the cross, and then immediately, if someone pulls a firearm, you're gonna pocket dice. Unload the weapon, toss it aside. If he switches to his knife, you're gonna get wrist control, spatula, bop, 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 disarmed. If he comes back with a baseball bat, you're gonna duck under, wait for it, and here are the top 3 deadliest styles of boxing. Soviet style, Mexican style, American. This is how you destroy someone in a fight with just your laptop. You're gonna block, dive down. This is how you make your shins indestructible. You can start by just kicking Thai pads. When you feel like that's easy, you can try to start checking the side of the Thai pad. And when you feel like your shins are ready, here's why Muay Thai does not work in a street fight. Look, he can't pivot his kicks if he's wearing shoes on concrete. And his guard is so high that he can't sprawl for takedowns. So now watch what happens. So how do you break through someone's high guard? One way is to go for the body, but he can just tuck his elbows. I discovered the most lethal finishing move. It's called the Michael Jackson. I'm going to start with a normal rear naked choke. And a lot of times they'll feel the squeeze, but they won't go to sleep. The sweet spot is roughly around 50 milligrams of So I throw a hook and he ducks under. He is now in position to throw a hard shot directly at my nuts. Thankfully, I'm wearing a Thai steel cup, so I can counter. This is how you obliterate a shorter fighter. Her head is at my shoulder level, which is where I get maximum rotational force through my arms. We're gonna take advantage. Here is a takedown with a 100% success rate guaranteed. So you're gonna pump fake the jab, level change, fake the double leg, transition right. If someone tries to mug you, you do not want to use your dagger because she can get too close. You're gonna scan the area and pick up the nearest 41-inch steel greatsword. Now, if she escalates with a firearm, it is now life or death. You're gonna In British fighting, you don't hold your fist like you're holding a mug. You tip it over like you're pouring tea. And now the British part. Here is the best defense against women if you're black. It is the Knight of Sicilian with e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4 takes, knight recaptures, a6, and then she has 5 options. If she goes bishop g5, this is poison pawn, because queen... If someone attacks you, you're gonna drop your pocket marbles. They go down. On the street, you do not want to follow them down and grapple. You want to use gravity and strike from up here with as much